Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Talat Waheed. In previous video, I told you about default constraint. So today's topic is MySQL Joins. So let's see what is MySQL Joins. This is the important topic, so note it down. Joins helps retrieve data from two or more tables. This table uses primary key and foreign key. If you don't know about what is primary key and foreign key, then let's check out my description. I have added video link in description. Okay. So let's see what are the types of MySQL joins. So this is very important topic, note it down. So these are the types: inner join, left join, right join, full join or cross join. Okay, so let's talk about inner join. It selects records that have matching values in both tables. Okay, so it will show you the matching values in both table, that is table 1 and table 2. It will show you only matching values. Okay, so let's see what are the syntax of it. So syntax: select column name from table 1, inner join table 2 on table 1 dot column name is equal to table 2 column name. Okay, so for example, select all orders with customer information. So before this, we have to create table with foreign key and primary key. Okay, so I am creating here first table, that is employees. So create table employees, serial number integer, and which have 10, size is 10. Okay, and which is not null. Okay, and employee ID integer, name varchar, address varchar, and just define here primary key. So in brackets write here employee ID. Okay, so let's see, our table is created now. So let's see description of this table. So description: employees. So here primary key defined on employee ID, that's why it's showing here key as PRI. Okay, so let's create another table which is orders. Okay, so just write here column name. So let's suppose order ID, which is integer. Okay, and 10, not null, employee ID, like this, and just create here constraint foreign key. So just write here constraint mycons foreign key. In at place of mycons you can write whatever you want. I am writing here mycons. So mycons foreign key employee ID references second table, that is employees, and enter common column name, that is employee ID. Okay, in brackets just write here employee ID. Okay, so this is the first way to define foreign key. Let's check it with another way to define foreign key. That is the simplest way. Okay, so just remove this. We can also define foreign key like this. Okay, so just write foreign key employee ID references second table and column name. Okay, so let's check with the description of this table. So here foreign key applied on employee ID, that's why it's showing MUL in keys column. Okay, so here foreign key applied on employee ID. So this is the second table. So this is the another way of defining foreign key. So note it down. Third one is the simplest way of defining foreign key. Okay, so note it down. So next, let's see description of employees table. Okay, so this is the description: primary key applied on employee ID, and second table which is orders. So here foreign key applied on employee ID. Okay, so we have to perform inner join on these two tables. Okay, so first of all, let's check it the data of this table. So here employees table which have no data, that's why it's showing here empty set. And let's check with orders table. This will also have no data. Okay, so we have to insert data into these two tables. So just insert data. Okay, so insert into employees, serial number, employee ID, name, address, values. Okay, serial number 1 and employee ID, let's suppose 20, and name, just write it here name Lucy, comma, address, let's suppose Goa. Okay, so like this. So just enter all the data. So 10 rows affected, our data is inserted in this table. So let's check it. So our data is present here. So data is inserted in employees table. So let's insert data into orders table. Okay, So insert into orders. So just write here column name, order ID, comma, employee ID. If you don't know how to insert data into table, then you can check my description. I have added video link in description. Okay. So values, let's suppose 1, employee ID, that is let's suppose 5, and order details, let's suppose beauty products. Okay, so like this, just enter multiple data. So just write it here comma and enter multiple data like this. Okay, and just write it here twice stock. Okay, so 5 rows affected, it means our data is inserted in this table. So let's check it with select statement. Select asterisk from orders. So our data is inserted now. Okay, so here let's check it with another table, that is employees. Okay, so these are the both tables. First is orders and second is employees table. Okay, so let's suppose we have to perform inner join in these two tables. Okay, so syntax is select column name from table 1, inner join table 2 on table 1 column name. Okay, so just write it here, select orders dot order ID, that is table 1 column name. Okay, so inner join employees on orders dot employee ID. So here it's showing order ID from orders table. Okay, so which is the first table, and it's showing name from employees table. Okay, so here it's showing order ID from orders table. Okay, and second it's showing name from employees table, that is Ross, Harry, like this. Okay, it's showing only matching values in both tables, that is 1 to 5, and name Ross, Lisa, Monica, Rose, John, like this. Okay, so let's check it with another example so that it will clear to you. So just write it here, select orders dot employee ID. So this is the first table name and a column name, comma, employees, that is second table name, and address, which is column name, from table 1, which is orders, inner join table 2, that is employees. Okay, on table 1 dot column name, that is orders dot employee ID, is equal to employees dot employee ID, because employee ID is a common column name between two tables. Okay, so it's showing here, it was showing here the matching values of both tables. Okay, so here it's showing employee ID 1 value is, address is Mumbai, so it's showing Mumbai. Okay, second let's check it, employee ID 3 value is Kerala. So let's check it in employees table. So here employee ID 3, which value address is Kerala, that is true. Okay, so let's check it with employee ID 5 and address will be Delhi. So let's check it. So here is showing employee ID 5 and address will be Delhi. Okay, so here employee ID showing from orders table and address is showing from employees table. If you have any query, then you can ask me in the comment section below. And we can also write join instead of inner join. Okay, so next, left join. It returns all records of left table and matching records of right table. For the rows for which there is no matching rows on right side, the result set will contain null. Okay, so let's check it, the syntax of it. Select column name from table 1, left join table 2 on table 1 dot column name is equal to table 2 dot column name. Okay, so let's check it in the editor how it's working. Okay, so just create a table in terminal, open your terminal and create table. Create table, just write your table name, create table MySQL, enter your column name. Okay, so let's suppose roll number, which is integer, and name and age, and just write it here constraint name, which is mycons, and just write here primary key. I am adding here composite primary key. Okay, so just write here multiple column name, so roll number, comma, let's suppose name, and let's suppose age. Okay, so it will apply on these 3 columns. So let's see, our table is created now. Okay, So let's see description of this table. So description, my students. So this is the description. Here primary key is applied on roll number, name and age. Okay, so this is the composite primary key. So let's create another table. So just write here create table, courses, roll number, course ID and course name. Okay, and just write here foreign key. So just write foreign key in bracket, write here common column name which is roll number and references to second table which is my students. Okay, so I am writing here my students in brackets, write here common column name that is roll number. Okay, so let's see, our table is created now. So let's check it the description of this table. So description courses. So here foreign key applied on roll number, that's why it's showing here MUL in keys column. Okay, so let's check it. There are no data present in my student and course table. So let's insert data into my students table. Okay, so just write it here, insert into my student, roll number, name, age, address and values like 1 rows like this. Okay, so just enter any data in this table. So here 7 rows affected, it means our data is inserted in this table. So just try to check with select statement, select asterisk from my students. So let's check it, our data is inserted now. Okay, so let's insert data into second table, that is courses. Okay, so insert into courses and just write here column name, that is roll number, course ID, course name, values and let's suppose 2 and course ID let's suppose 10 and course name let's suppose computer programming. Okay, so just insert any data. So just write it here computer programming. So computer programming. Okay, so like this we can insert multiple data into this table. Okay, so let's see, 5 rows affected, it means our data is inserted now. So let's check it with select statement. So just write it here, select asterisk from courses. So our data is inserted now, as you can see here. Okay, so let's perform left join on these two tables. Okay, so let's check it, our second table, that is my student and first table is courses. Okay, so here just write select my student which is table 1 dot name, that is column name, and just write table 2 that is courses and column 2 that is roll number from table 1 which is my student. Just write it here my student which is table 1. Okay, and table 1 and just write it here left join and just write second table name, that is courses on, and write here table 1 dot column name, that is my student dot roll number, that is the common column name between both tables. Okay, and second table 2 dot column name, that is the common column name between these two tables. Okay, so this is the output. Here is showing all the data of my student table, that is the left side of table, and right side table data is roll number. Okay, so here is showing rows which have roll number 1. Okay, so let's check it in the here name comes from my student table and roll number comes from courses table. Okay, so here there are no matching value of Harry and Jessica, that's why it's showing null here. Okay, so just let's check it. For the rows for which there is no matching rows on right side, the result set will be null. So that's why it's showing null here, because there is no data available of Harry and Jessica in right side table. Okay, if you have any query, then you can ask me in the comment section below. And we can also write left outer join instead of left join. Okay, so note it down. Our next topic is right join. Thank you for watching.